Cheryl, how are you tonight? Hi, Mary, how are you? Hi, Karen, Diane, Patsy, how are you doing, Patsy? Hi, Kitty. Hi, Beverly, how are you?
Hello.
Yes, it's dark outside, I know. This whole time change thing, we're all... You know, I was hungry earlier, and it's only...
Yeah. I'm still hungry, so...
It would have normally been the dinner time thing. So, hi, Julie. How are you? Hey, Cecilia. Hi, Jen. Hey, Karen. Hi, Stephanie. Tom, how are you, sir? Yes, smash up the like button, please. Like and share. And follow us if you aren't following us now. Hi, Joan.
Ooh, another Joan. Hi.
Yeah. Hey, Kitty. Peggy, how are you doing tonight? Hey, Ruth, how are you? Sharon, welcome.
I think it works better if you have two colors the same.
Hi, Mary, how are you tonight? So, Joan and I were just having an interesting conversation about... Hi, Cheryl, welcome to the show. Hi, Judy. Everybody wish Judy a happy birthday tonight.
And Chloe. Chloe's birthday is tonight, too.
Chloe's birthday is today as well. So we all wish Chloe well on her birthday. Hopefully she had a great day.
Let's see if I can pull it up.
Hi, Amber. How are you tonight?
So can they see this?
Yeah, they can see that. So, interesting how this came about. We were looking at what the next project sew along that would be fun for you guys to sew along, you know, the next, I don't know, 20 weeks or something. And when we would start that, what fabrics, a lot goes into that, right? So we started kind of talking and, you know, looking at different projects that Joan has, and she has a book of quilts. It's like, you know, 10 miles long, literally.
A book that I have
Hi,
not
Linda,
made
how are
all
you?
of them, too, so...
Well, speedy recovery, Linda. And so a lot goes into that, right? So if people want to join your sew-along midway and they want kits, you need to have fabrics that are available to you, and a lot of fabrics are, once you buy them, you can't get any more of it. So you either have to buy a whole bunch and, you know, hope that everybody joins your sew-along, or you need to buy fabrics and tailor it to something that you'd have available and solids or
so
something.
that you know that you would have them available to you. And it's even basics. Sometimes when, you know, it's a long time between runs on those basics. So,
Hi, Kathy.
Well, let's start with who we are.
Hi, Donna.
And announcements.
Cheyenne.
And then we'll get back to this.
This interesting conversation we were having. So.
And I'm going to show you how to make this block.
So, who are we?
We are Sewing Machines Express in Springfield, Missouri, Windmill Sewing Center, and Quilters HQ in Overland Park, Kansas. The websites are for Sewing Machines Express is QHQ2.com, windmillsewingcenter.com, and quiltershq.com. We do have some things to offer for sale tonight, some one-off stuff, some discontinued stuff, so last chance for some things. And then, so if you haven't shopped with us before, be sure to go to quiltershq.com and register for Make It Sew. And there goes the allergies.
Well, Bernadine, you're welcome. And hi, Darlene. How are you tonight?
So, announcements. Wonky Christmas Tree Table Runner Quilt. That's going to be November 20th at 10 to 3 at Quilters HQ. That's a real quick gift for holidays. Cost is $50 for that class. A series of 3 classes coming up. The first one is December 4th. And the time of that is 10:30 to 3:30. And I have samples. So you will go over to how to make
mushroom soup.
Soup is not included. The actual bowl is not included either. And,
hi, April.
That's a really old.
That is an older bowl, isn't it?
So a bowl cozy. So if you don't eat soup, oatmeal. Nice. So you could put your oatmeal in that. All kinds of things. So the bowl cozy, those make wonderful gifts for those who are not quilt worthy. stocking.
A stocking, nice, with a little
I
bell
know,
at the bottom.
and it's got the cuff and a little hang tag.
Nice, that's important.
So,
hi, Karen.
another
How are
one,
you
if
tonight?
you have an embroider machine, you could embroider somebody's name on that. Oh, this one comes with it's a potato bag, but not just, these are real potatoes. Hey, we have a microwave too, if you're still real hungry.
Raw potato, nice.
Potato bag, but you could also cook vegetables in here too. So if you wanted to roast some.
So you can so it's a microwave safe
It is.
fabrics.
It is. They come out really nice. So potato bag and pillowcase. If you have surgery, you can make a ruffled edge on this. Judy brought these in, and I was telling her, I'm like, if we're giving a gift, a quilt for someone that is quilt worthy to someone, we should make them matching pillowcases for the quilt, because you can store the quilt in the pillowcase. That's how I do my sheets. I fold them up and then I stick them inside the pillowcase, and that way they're all nice and tidy. And
well, at least you know where they are too. You're not looking for that extra.
Yeah.
Where's that other sheet at?
So those are the projects you'll make in this class. So super, super cute. And thank you, Judy and Stephanie, for making all of these. I'm going to move them out of the way.
Those samples, yeah, very nice.
December 11th is the 10-minute table runner, holiday napkin, snowflake table runner, and a flat zipper pouch. December 18th is the travel neck pillow. I have one of those. They're so worth it. Fabric basket, snowflake mug rug, and a reading pillow. $30 for each class. So in each class, you're making 4 projects. So that's like what? $5 class? $5 project?
Something like
No,
that.
that's $20. Okay, somebody else can do that math.
Hey Donna, how are you?
December 11th, gingerbread man tea towel. That one is, I think it's $25 for the kit. Yep, that's Heather. The shop hop was great. Thank you for participating.
Yeah, everyone. That was very nice. A lot of people that you hadn't seen for a while too, right? Got out and about. And
yeah, there is an Oesd virtual class. See, they're jumping on my bandwagon here. They're doing quick and easy virtual gifts, or not virtual gifts, virtual quick and easy gifts. So this is an online class that you can register for, and that should be on our website to register for that. Next year, I can't believe we're saying that already.
I know, it's just so close, guys.
Let's Surge 1, 8-week program. We're doing it again. We've already got sign-ups for that one. That's on the website as well. Educator is Joyce, and that one is $120. November 13th is Sewing Club, and November 18th is AccuQuilt Club. So classes. Those are classes that we have going on.
And I think we should throw a poll out there, because we have kicked around how we would do, an online class other than, some of the YouTube stuff. So have you guys used Zoom or a Microsoft Teams or anything like that on any type of regular basis? And so we were thinking about how we would go at that. So how many of you used it? You might throw us a comment, and would you be interested in something like that, where we to offer different types of remote classes, and would you have time to be able to do them? So I think those are good questions.
So back to this.
Hi, Debbie.
You ever feel like you just get dumber as you get older? I do. So I like to just cut things, sew things, cut things again, sew them together again. And so I had that block, I showed it earlier on my phone, and I was sitting here trying to figure out how I made it because I couldn't remember. And there is no pattern for this. This is, I should make a pattern because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. We looked at the post.
Yeah, this is a post I made in 2016.
Yeah, and so she got this idea of, okay, well, how did I make that? I was wandering around the shop, and probably for one of the shows even, or somebody had asked, what do you make out of a
charm pack?
Yeah,
right.
charm pack.
So this is Charm Packs. This one is Midnight Magic too, and I don't know if they can see the fabrics for sale behind us.
A little bit, yeah.
These are all $8.99 a yard. They are on the website, so if you're looking for some bargains, I got myself a 1/4 yard of each of those. I think you can only get a yard on the website. I'm not sure. So, but try putting in the decimal and see if you want some of them.
Most of you may know Carrie, so if you want something, I'm sure she'll get it to you.
So we're going through, and I actually made a pinwheel because I was like, oh yeah, you make a pinwheel, and then no, that was not it. It could be it. I could be wrong.
It might have been.
It's not. It might be though.
I'm of two minds here.
It's my other personality is fighting for dominance. So I'm going to show you how to make this. It's not the easiest block to make, but it is pretty easy. And people always ask, what do I do with pre-cuts? What do I do with charm squares? How do I not do this? Right? So if I have these charm squares, I want to make a small quilt or a baby quilt or something. How do I just make it not half square triangles sewn together? How do I do something like this? And I picked some fabrics with better contrast out of this one. And I'm going to use 2 of the same. And so the first thing you do is make half square triangles. So I'm going to do that. Let's get these lined up pretty well. And while I'm doing that, I'll talk about this machine. This one is the last one. And
they said Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
It's, I don't know. Who's the
Mrs.
sewing?
Hyde.
So, Betsy Ross and, who else would be Tulip Pink? It's kind of the extremes of
One
it.
day you're Tulip Pink and the next day you're Betsy Ross.
Yeah, something like that. So, this TL 2020 is the last one we have. It is the last one Juki has, and Robert talked to Joe. We had him on here too. A couple months ago? Several months ago?
It's been a while back, but yeah, I mean, this is our last one of the 2020s here, so it is our floor model. We are going to make a special deal on that if anybody wants something, wants one for Christmas.
Yep. So
we'll
normally
ship it to
are...
you if you're interested as well, so it's fine. But we want somebody to have it. It is the last one, so we can't get any more of those.
And so we are taking $100 off the price.
Hi, Nancy.
And we will pack it up. So this little doohickey is the Creative Grids 1/4 inch tool. It doesn't have a price tag on it. I think they're less than $5. Yeah. This might be the last one we have up there. And yes, I know I'm using an ink pen. I just wanted to have you guys see the lines that you draw on there. So draw a line on each side, and then we're going to sew down each of these sides.
Yeah, so if you know somebody who's interested and wants a 2020, the last special edition, let us know in the comments or just call, and we will get you fixed up. So
yeah, somebody had said on one of our videos that it makes kind of a whining noise. It doesn't. It's just the video.
Hi, Carla. How are you tonight?
It actually sounds like a heavy-duty machine, which it is.
Well, and it's interesting. The sound changed a little bit because it's not bouncing around.
Oh yeah, these mats. They're awesome. This is a I don't know if they call it a shock absorbent mat. Kind of is. It's squishy. It's for your machine to rest on. And so it's not bouncing up and down at all. It's not moving. Do you have the cover that this came in?
Yeah, it's right there.
They come in 3 sizes. This one is the 36 by 17 inch, and it is $44.99. So this will fit all of the big machines. So they have a picture of a Bernina 880 on there. That's a really big machine. So your Epic's going to fit on this mat.
Luminaire.
Your Luminaire will all fit on that mat. And so we're just going to chop.
Yeah, either
We're going to
one.
cut
Just
these.
go with that.
We're going to cut these. So that we have 4 pieces. And then we're going to use our multifunction finger presser tool, most unfortunate name ever, and press the seams all towards the dark side.
Or as Donna says, the doohickey.
Doohickey. Okay.
And so if you guys are working on, Thanksgiving or holiday projects, definitely comment.
Yeah, tell us what you're working on.
Donna was commenting earlier about what she made last year as some of the gifts. So
yeah.
She made some of the koozie bowls as gifts. I think.
Did you say koozie bowl?
I think I did say that. Okay. Well, what can you do?
Are you at the lake fishing?
I guess so. Got my soup in my koozie. There you go, folks. It's live. And I think Peggy was saying that she made something for her grandkids as well. Let me scroll by really quick.
Okay, so I am going to stack 2 and 2 because I want 2 to be identical. And then I want the other 2 to be identical as well. But we're going to cut off opposite sides.
All right, so Stephanie's making gift card holders. So that's cool.
Nice.
That's a great idea.
Is that an embroidery machine project? And remember to like and share. We really, really do like it when you do that. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel that you're on. So we're going to cut an inch and a half.
Pillows.
Reading pillows, yeah. For your tablet.
Table runners.
So we're going to cut
Tree skirt.
an inch and a half. And right now I am working on the orange side. So
Jerry.
we're going to cut an inch and a half. We're going to turn that, and from the side that doesn't have the triangle, we're going to cut an inch and a half there too.
Ooh, candy cane holders. That's cool.
Those are cool.
Jen's making dolly diaper bag sets.
Okay.
Cool.
And then off of this triangle here, we're going to cut another inch and a half.
And tea towels. Is Cheyenne helping with those tea towels?
Okay. So you'll have 4 pieces like this, and 2 pieces like this, and you'll have 2 pieces like this. So from this side, we're going to cut on this black floral print here, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to cut an inch and a half. Now remember, we want to leave this triangle in place, so we're going to turn it this way and cut an inch and a half square. Inch and a half inch. Oh.
Inch and a half inch square.
Inch and a half inch square.
Square.
I just made that up.
Stephanie made them with charm squares. Cool.
And then we're going to, nope, I was almost doing that wrong. We're going to trim off the black. Inch and a half.
And we do have a giveaway tonight, so remember to comment to get entered into the drawing. And I did want to thank everyone for helping out on the log cabin quilt, so I get to take mine home now.
Oh, we sold all of them?
I believe so.
Okay.
So thank
well,
you
not
to
yet,
all of
because
you.
I need it for next Thursday for Go Club.
Okay. Well, my quilt is delayed a couple extra days. That's all right. It's all right. It'll be all right.
There's a little tear there. And so these 2 go together. So we've got all of our pieces. We're going to take these. So we're going to start laying this out. And it seems counterintuitive, but counterintelligence. apparently what I have going on tonight.
Oh no, now the YouTube video is going to go.
Yeah, the YouTube police are going to get us. Okay, so I'm going to lay this out so that we can get this. You do want to lay this out because it does take a little bit of planning to get this right. Because you want, where you have your gray squares, you want orange triangles. Little easier to see with the black. So we're going to take 2 of these. Wrong triangle. And we're going to put them here. And then we're going to line them up here too. Okay? Everybody with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it is a little more complicated block, so but it was entertaining to go back and remake it.
Robert was being helpful.
I was trying to be helpful, yes. Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Okay, and so then next to the orange pieces, you're going to put your orange piece because you want black, orange. So you want these black triangles right here in this orange area. And the same here, same there. And that is the basic layout for this block. So first thing I'm going to do is make my 9 patch, or my 4 patch, my 9 patch. Wow, I am on a roll tonight.
9, 4, whatever it takes.
And I would recommend, I'm just going to finger press this real quick, is piecing and then laying it back out so that you're not messing up your pieces and your layout. And you might not need to. I had to take some time to put one of these together, but you see how quickly this goes together. I mean, we're going to do this block in like 15 minutes, and so that's not bad for a block that looks this complex.
Yeah, so I'll try to get some overhead shots, and I think in our new studio we'll have an overhead camera, which will be super cool for everybody. I'm really excited about it.
There was a lot of excitement in the shop hop about us moving to Oesd. Yeah. Okay, so that piece is done. And I just want to make sure I place it in the right spot. And then I'm going to sew all of these together. And so the cool thing about this is, too, all of your seams nest, right? So we're sewing opposite pieces together. And so all of your seams are going to nest. I'm just going to piece these together next.
Oh my gosh, somebody said you need a strawberry banana margarita.
I agree. That sounds delightful. Wrong way. So the reason I say lay this out, it gets pretty bulky on the back side. Don't we all? I made a joke, huh? So it gets pretty bulky on the back, so you want to make sure that you can nest those seams when you piece this all together. And I'm just using a 1/4 inch seam. And just
we need an AccuQuilt die for this block.
No, you don't. You saw me piece this. This is super easy. And really, you wouldn't want to piece these little tiny triangles. That's it.
Hi, Cindy. How are you tonight?
So, this is easier. So, stacking, cutting, and sewing, and then cutting some more. I mean, it makes you look like you really know what you're doing, and then you know that you're a really good sewer.
They're all good sewers. Aren't all of you good sewers?
I'm really not. I have a knack for figuring out how to make things easy. That's my talent. And then these go together. You should show them the cabinet. That would make this really easy. You have a little arrow has a little cabinet that you can set right next to your sewing station, your sewing machine, that has a cutting mat and a ironing pad.
Hi, Janice. How are you?
But I mean, you can see I'm not ironing these. I'm just
How big will that
using my
block end up
tool.
being?
It is 7.5, so it'll finish to 7. And then I'm going to piece these together. And then I'm going to piece these in rows. And I'm going to press the seams this way on the larger pieces. Oops.
Sometimes you cut.
Did I mention this has a multifunction presser foot? It's the gas and the cutter.
Hi, Nicole. How are you tonight?
Oops, came unthreaded. I should have started with my thread down.
Oops.
It happens. There we go. Nope, missed.
Well, Nicole, this is our last one. We're down to the floor model, so can't get any more, and so make a little special deal on this one if you know anyone that wants one.
Yep, we're taking $100 off of it. People love these machines. Any of the TL series. There we go. You never see them being traded in on new machines, ever.
I don't see these very often, that's for sure.
Only on, for their annual cleaning. So this one.
Yeah, we can. That's the great thing about YouTube, right? You can just go back and rewatch.
You can go back and rewatch this. Maybe Chloe will break it up into a video just for this block.
Yeah.
So you don't have to
That
listen
would be
to the...
easy for you guys. So cut out my voice, my commentary.
Yep. So there's that piece. Then these two together.
Another great machine, the TL18.
Another great machine.
Compensating for it.
Yes. It's like my favorite way to do binding. And that one. This one's going to go better. I like this one better. Just the colorways, not the block itself. Okay.
So are you guys ready for another sew along?
Yeah.
Excited to do another sew along? Make another quilt? Let us know.
I know some people are still working on the last one.
Yeah.
But me too. I still have to put the borders on. And then I'm just making sure that these seams are nested, because this is the center of the block and you don't want to have your seams mismatched there, because that's the most obvious place. Last little bit here.
Oh, nice. Janice finished her Amish sampler on Saturday.
Nice.
Congratulations. Peggy's almost done.
Okay, so then we might be ready
We're
for
ready.
a new one. I've got another one that I designed that I have never made.
So one idea was, that we could record the class, and so that way they can just kind of scroll back, watch, things like that.
Yep, I'm just going to iron this real quick. Give it a good press because I was only using the finger presser tool.
Amber, last few blocks. Debbie's ready to quilt.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to quilt mine. I think I'm going to bring it in here and get it quilted. Okay. There's block number 2. So you could piece them together like that, or you could put a sashing in between them. You can always do these, but those go together really, really quick too. And those are just half square triangles sewn in a pinwheel. But I like this a little better. It's got a little more interest. Let me know what you think. It would be very dramatic in solids. So if you were to do this in a solid fabric, I mean, people would just go crazy about how did you do this little tiny Ohio star in all of there. So pretty cool. So last one of these. Don't miss out. $14.99. And then we have, this is ruler work. This one comes with a ruler foot, by the way. This is called a Quilt Class in a Bag, and it contains the 6.30 degree and 60 or 60 degree, 30 and 60, 8.5 inch crosshair ruler. So that's the one you use to mark the center of your block. And the Spinny Flex 11 by 9.5 inch template, Hearts of Plenty template, Sash Lee quilt template, continuous border loop, spacing gauge, and stable tape. You will also need if you don't have a ruler foot for your machine, you can get this machine. It comes with a ruler foot, or you can get the ruler foot for your machine. If you don't have one, you just need to know whether or not it's a high shank, low shank, or what's the other one? A long arm. Never mind. High and low.
So if you're thinking of, Wesley put this together, so if you're really thinking of getting started with ruler work, it's kind of everything you need to get started minus your ruler foot, depending on which machine you have, right? So
Carrie, can you look, is Carrie on?
yeah, I think Carrie's on here, yeah.
Carrie, can you look up the price for this? There's no price tag.
That was 110, but...
Oh, and it comes in a Yazzie bag.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to open this. So the Yazzie bag has a handle. Last one. So.
But we give, 15% off of it or something tonight.
Okay, so Carrie's gonna, and we only have one of those. So first one that says "Make It Mine," it's 100 and something.
And we'll give you some discount on it. So
we'll do 15%.
So if it's something that you're thinking about doing, then
right,
that might be a good starter pack for you.
So, we have some discontinued rulers.
Okay.
So if I don't know. Give us a thumbs up if you have the Quilter Select rulers. Do we have a smaller one open? We do. So we do. Okay. And my drum back. So we use Quilter Select in the shop. We've been using this one since we opened. And I was looking at it. There's a little bit of a groove where we've actually carved into it with the rotary cutter. I can't even tell you how many yards of fabric we have cut. Thousands, literally. So the durability is there. So what we're used to with rulers is this, right? So our rulers just slide around in our fabric. These have this coating, and it actually grips the fabric. I'm not let me just push on the ruler so that you can see I'm not pushing down. So without even pushing down, I can rotate this block and it grips. And so if it's not, I mean, even pushing down, it's not gripping the fabric, but just flipping it over. And so these are wonderful rulers. We love, love, love these. We will take 20% off of these. This is the 8-inch ruler. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. This is discontinued. This is the last chance to get these. So not many people make 7.5-inch blocks. That's actually a 7-inch. But they're discontinuing the 8-inch block. Normally they're $26.99. We'll take 20% off. That's, well, 10% would be $2.60. No.
They'll math it up real quick.
Yeah.
20% off.
20% off of those. They're also discontinuing the 12-inch ruler, and we have 2 of those. The 12-inch ruler is $37.99. We'll take 20% off of these 2 as well. Comment make it mine, either 8-inch or 12-inch, and let us know whether you want us to ship it or you want to pick it up. But
when they're gone, they're gone.
When they're gone, they're gone. These have been discontinued. Okay.
Yeah.
Baby blanket.
Oh yeah, we have one of these, right?
Shop sample. We have one. So if you are desperate, let me close this, get rid of the ink pen so we don't get ink on it. Desperate for a baby gift. There's one already pre-made. Here, I'll come around there. This is so adorable.
I think it looks upside down.
Do I really?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me?
I'm telling you now.
I live my life upside down for Robert's amusement.
Yeah, well, you know.
But it's still cute.
So something quick, if you need or know someone that needs one for.
And it's got this kind of cloud quilting pattern in it, so you can kind of see what that looks like. The quilting, it's quilting in a matching thread, solid on the back. This is Hobbs batting. Talking about maybe 3 to 5% shrinkage the first time you wash it. I think this was a Moda. No, this was QT Fabrics.
Yeah, I think so.
So you probably want to know how much it is. I do too. $84.99 for this one. And we would do 15% off of it. Yeah,
just take 15% off of it. It's our last one. So, somebody was asking why those rulers were being discontinued. Are they replacing them with the line, or are they just changed sizes a little bit, maybe?
They're not replacing them. They probably, I'm guessing, didn't sell a lot of them. And so the reason is not a lot of call for a 7.5-inch block. There's not a lot of call for an 11.5-inch block, which is what, you know, these would finish to. Still good rulers.
Right, yeah.
Right?
I mean, you have to use them to make that size block, right?
This is, you know, if you're just cutting small stuff like what I was doing, this is perfect. You just set it down and cut your piece in half. And if you're making a, you know, 10-inch block, it still works. Yep. So, but I think that's why the 12-inch ruler.
Because they went to the half sizes, right? So now it's a 12.5, an 8.5, so it finished to an 8-inch block or 12-inch block. So.
I'm hoping that they do not discontinue the 6-inch 6x24 because this is my favorite. And lengths. The 6.5 always throws me off, and I end up cutting wrong for long strips. But
what was the original price on the ruler?
The
26 on the big one and
$26.99. along here, I can tell you how much it is.
Yeah, I mean, everybody loves the 6x24, right?
Yeah. Well, they do have a 6.5 by 24. So 26.99 times 0.80. It would be 2160, depending on how the point of sale. It could be 2159 or it could be 2160.
How many extra zeros are there?
Well, I don't know how the system rounds.
Yeah.
So 27.99 times 0.80.
I think they're pretty much sold. So
$30.40. Okay.
Might have a couple 8 inches left there. So
Yeah.
I'd say the 12 inches are gone.
Yep.
So.
I have them at home, so
Yeah, it's great rulers to have, right?
yeah, they're just great. You know, you need something smaller because you're working on smaller stuff. They're just nice to just grab and go. Did we ever get a price on the Westerly?
Haven't seen one for that. We can always post that later.
Yep, we can post that later.
So Michigan Gal said she did a video review on the Quilter Select. So
Yeah, they're
talked about them so many times. Great product, right?
Yeah, I've pretty much cleared out my other rulers, unless it's a specialty ruler like the Dresden. They do have a long arm ruler, and I have that as well. I have the 8.5. I don't have the 18 by 18 yet, just because I haven't got a project for it. But I'm thinking applique, that's the perfect block size to cut out your applique for like a quilt block. And so, perfect. The 18 by 18. And they do have a 10 by 10. I'm hoping that they don't clearance that one because it's layer cake size. So if you don't have an AccuQuilt and you're kind of taking your scraps and cutting them down to manageable size, because there's so many patterns out there for, you know, charm packs and layer cakes. So, you know, that leftover fabric you have, and you got to watch Go Club in December, because I'm going to show you how to make a log cabin with your 1.5 inch strip die. So that'll be a good place to get rid of some of those scraps as well. The 10 inch, you can cut those pieces into layer cake size, and just then they're more manageable. They're not taking up space. They're not buried and forgotten in your scrap or your stash somewhere. Color of the month.
Color of the month, if you're in the Aerofill Club,
is color number 2350. This is copper. It's a great color. It would actually work on her.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, it would. That would look beautiful on that black.
Or if you're not in Thread Club, you can sign up.
Love it. I'm thinking this is like a new neutral. It's not, but with this fabric, it works perfect. So if you were on the shop hop and you picked up some of this, 15% off for color of the month. If you're in the Thread Club, 20% off. Okay.
And I forgot to grab the box.
Yeah, the box comes with, it's just a thread storage box that comes with white in it, and it holds 12 spools of thread. You get 20% off the thread you use to fill it up. So it's a great deal.
Yeah.
And who doesn't love? I love Airfill. It's my favorite. 2615. Sewed on everything. So just a great neutral. And you've got giveaways, right? Are we? What else did we have?
Well, so did you have any teaser for them on the project?
Well, they were asking about the project.
Is it going to be a tech? We were kind of talking about a technique quilt. We were talking about, obviously fabrics we need to have fabrics available so people can join that if they want to. Obviously, they can make it out of their own. But.
Yeah, so I need to look and look at all my sources for discount fabrics, because when we have 25, so I calculated one of the quilts that I was looking at, we would need like 300 yards if we have 25 people, and I think we had 22 do the last sew along. So, and you know, cost is always a factor too. So I want to be able to build a project that we can do that's kind of inexpensive. So maybe some discount fabrics if I can find them. But it'll be exclusive because it'll be a quilt that I designed. Like the last one is one I designed.
So I mean, there are a couple people on here who haven't seen the Thread Club, so just want to show them what the box looks like, what they get, and then your membership.
Oh, it's right side up.
Subscribe and save.
Subscribe and save. It kind of is. I don't care if you fill it up full of, you know, 2615 or white or black. You can do whatever you want.
Just get another box.
Yeah, and just I like these boxes because they keep your thread tidy. You can stick it in the drawer because you don't want, if you have like windows in your sewing room, over time the sunlight can fade your thread, and if you have a large thread collection, you want to keep it covered up, so you can store them in here, stick it in a drawer.
See through too, right? I mean, you can see what colors you got in there and sort them, and
it's opaque.
Opaque, there it is. Opaque, the word of the day right there. Opaque.
Translucent, not quite.
Translucent, okay.
That's the Thread Club. So I'm looking at some quilts that I designed that were samplers. One of them I think is like a big no because it's got so many blocks. So we don't want to have, we don't want to be here like 2 years from now making the same quilt. So, but I've got one that has, I think it's 20 blocks, maybe 25, but might redo it to make it more AccuQuilt friendly, because I am at that point where if I don't make it with AccuQuilt, I'm probably not going to. So there you have it.
So a question came across. Which machine have you found to obtain a perfect 1/4-inch seam or gadget? TL series, yeah.
Yeah, the TL series. Very so nice. in this gadget, this is a magnetic seam guide, and so I can put that right on that 1/4-inch right there, and there's my 1/4-inch seam, and it's pretty. There's a handle on this thing for a reason, because you can't. I'm literally.
It sticks down pretty hard.
it does stick down pretty hard. I use this at home.
Hi, Ellen. Ellie.
That'll get you the perfect 1/4-inch. There's a difference between a straight stitch machine and a zigzag machine, and that is, in a straight stitch machine, this needle bar doesn't move. On a machine, I say zigzag, on a machine that does zigzag, blanket stitch, decorative stitches, that needle bar can move. So if you compare the stitches on a straight stitch machine to those you made on a machine that has zigzag stitch on it, the zigzag stitches are kind of angled just a little bit, so that I'm not saying that motion causes you not to have a perfect 1/4-inch, but on this machine you will have a perfect 1/4-inch, or another straight stitch machine. It doesn't have to be this one. The other thing about sewing machines like this is this has a side load bobbin, so the bobbin is underneath here, and so other brands have a front load bobbin, like Bernina does. I'm trying to think who else does. Foth has a front load bobbin, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them.
Yeah,
I mean, all the manufacturers. And this is just an example of one of the reasons that we like this one. So
machines that have either the side load bobbin or the front load bobbin make a better stitch than the ones that have the top drop in bobbin. The downside to that is, unless you're looking at, a much more expensive machine, like the Bernina, I think Foth and Viking, not so sure about Viking anymore, but so that can add up really quick. The ones that have the top load bobbins, they make a good enough stitch. They make a nice stitch. It's just not the same as what you're going to get here. So it's
one
like
function for the job.
Right. It's like comparing GMC and Chevrolet. So they both make pickup trucks, but the GMC has a little more soundproofing and rides a little smoother than It's kind of like that. They both get you there, and they both do a good job. One's just a little better. So, but yeah, $100 off of this machine. So I like this gadget. I use it instead of, there is a 1/4-inch foot that comes with it, but I don't always cut straight with, you know, even cutting AccuQuilt. I might have the fabric at a little bit of angle, and those ones that have the guide, the guide will catch those loose threads and pull on it, and then, you know, that piece is just kind of wonky, and you're getting your seam ripper out, and that's another thing that I don't really care to do. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, so I mean, some of you that have commented on the higher end machines, you know, the Janome 15,000, the M7 does make a fantastic stitch.
They do.
It's a workhorse machine. Amber has the 880 Crystal Edition Bernina.
Yeah,
and it makes a fantastic stitch.
The 880 has a front load bobbin, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they don't make beautiful stitches. I'm saying when you compare them to one that has a side or a front load bobbin.
A lot of people have more than one machine, right? They use that, their embroidery, you know, they may be doing one and they've got a straight stitch, and they may have, you know.
I have a few.
Yeah, yeah, a couple. This machine here is the Juki TL 2020. It's a special edition machine. They do make a TL 2010, which is $9.99. It's just white. It's not a special edition. And then the TL18 in that lineup as well.
The major difference between the TL18 is it has a dial. Like most of our modern sewing machines, you can do this with a touch of a button, and that is increasing the distance between the feed dogs and the presser foot. So if you're making a rag quilt, you want a lot of extra space between there. And that one has a dial, so you know, this is presser foot pressure. The other one has a dial where you can actually increase the distance between the feed dogs and the presser foot. And when we're sewing, if you're having to push your fabrics through, you need less presser foot pressure, or your project is too big for your machine. So you want to be able to just drop this under your machine and let the machine pull it through, just like that. What would if I would hit the pedal? So just like that. And it doesn't matter if it's like 1 layer or 20 layers. That machine should be able to pull this through. This has already been folded over several times. I'm going to fold it over some more. So that's pretty thick. And I'm going to go kind of slow. But you notice I'm not pushing this through. I went slow because I didn't want to change out the needle. So, I mean, I don't know how many layers that is. It's a lot. It's been folded over several times and sewn through. But if you're finding that on your machine you're having to assist your project to go through, you need to use a feature on your machine where you're increasing the distance between the feed dogs and the presser foot. If you don't have that available, as lowest presser foot pressure as you can get, and if you still can't get that without pushing it through, you're not sewing on the right machine, and you're going to wear out that machine much faster. So, what else? Any other questions?
I don't think so. I mean, as we always recommend, you should come in, try multiple brands, try and sit down and sew at it and find what really fits you.
And talk to the salesperson. Tell them all the things that you sew right now, and tell them all the things you're thinking about sewing. If you think, I might like to make handbags, I might like to sew leather, I might like to, you know, do a rag quilt, the sales staff knows these machines and they know how they work. They will size you with the appropriate machine. So if you were telling me, you know, I wanted to sew, you know, through 2 medium thicknesses of leather, I would tell you, okay, well, you need to move up into, you know, the J150 heavier machine that is a true industrial machine. This is a semi-industrial. So it just depends on what you want to do. But we want to get you into the right machine because we want you to be happy.
Does the magnet guide work on other brands? Is it purchased separately? It is purchased separately.
It's $16, I think. It's $15.99.
Some machines it doesn't work on, just where the foot is and things like that. So
right. So, and it depends on what foot you have too. It works perfect on a machine like this because we have this really narrow foot. I have used it on. I'm trying to think. The EF71.
720 Pro.
The 720 Pro.
Xiaomi 6700.
Yep. 6700.
Kind of semi-industrial type machines like that, which are great machines as well.
So sometimes the problem that you run into is you need the narrower, raggy, the narrow foot in order for this to really work. So there's stitch guides that you can buy. A lot of the machines out now. So the Singer Featherweight shop makes a guide, but a lot of the machines that are out now have this little feature right here on this machine. I'll tip it back a little bit so that you can see it. And move this stuff right here. Can they see that? Right here.
Pretty hard, but kind of, yeah.
So how about now? Better?
Yep.
Right there? These are actually screw holes, and you can use some of the attachments. So the Singer shop makes one, we have it in the store, that is a square block that you can actually screw down into this hole and line up with your machine. I'd have to look at the other machines to see which ones have it and which ones don't. So, okay. Do you want to do your giveaway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Robert picked it out tonight.
yeah, so well, we can do either of these.
We'll do both.
All right, we'll do both. So I mean, it's that kind of time of year, and you haven't done any wool, and Joan actually has a project that she's been thinking about doing, and she's saved this wool for a very long time.
Very long time.
To make a cape.
Yes.
So
I'm done with wearing coats. I'm going to start wearing capes because I like to wear sweaters and, you know, feeding all of this through, you know, you look like Popeye by the time you get your coat on. So, 2 wool charm packs. This is a single piece. This is 16 inches and looks like 5 pieces of woolly charms. So, in the patch designs, that'll make a nice little project. You can make.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is there any tips for wool and just things in general? They just kind of caught my eye, and
oh, I love it.
It's that time of year, you know, where.
Oh, that has sparkle in it too. Has a little bit of a sparkle in it. Yeah, like penny rugs. There's all kinds of applications for this. So flowers. I mean, this one screams flowers to me because you've got all of the colors to make it. So you could do like a placemat and put some blue flowers on it, yellow center. You got green and or pink flowers, which you can cut out with AccuQuilt really, really easily. And then just use a blanket stitch to tack it down. So while we're waiting, let me know what you thought of the quilt block, if you're going to make these or not. You could use...
it can be busy too, right? That was one comment. Some people, that may be too busy for them.
Yeah. The other one that I made that I had on, it's on, it's like the very first post on our Instagram page, JoanSews. And if you haven't followed us on Instagram, go ahead and follow us there too. It's the very first post. I did some fabrics that read solid there, and it looks a lot better and in very good contrast. I used orange and blue. So, I mean, this black kind of had this flowery look in it, and so one of the triangles kind of disappeared in that. So Who's our winner?
One winner was Ann Buckley,
Ann Buckley.
and the other winner was Marilyn Tucker.
Marilyn, Ann.
Congratulations, lady.
Congratulations, Marilyn and Ann.
So make sure if we don't have your information that you do go to
Yes.
Quilters HQ and register, right? So we can
Register
get
for Make It So we we can get these
gifts sent out to you.
not emailed to you. We're not going to email you.
Well, if we could do that.
I am in rare form tonight.
We all are going to be millionaires if we can do that. So
Yeah. I think they're working on it, though.
yeah, I'm sure they are.
Okay, well, that's us for tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed the show.
And have a great week.
Have a great week. Come in and get some of the
Shop
Halloween
the
fabrics.
Halloween fabrics on sale.
$8.99 a yard. And look forward to a new project.
And always, if you have more questions, call in.
Yep.
Send us an email. Shoot up a flare.
Otherwise, we'll see you next Tuesday if we don't see you sooner.
All right. Good night, ladies.
Good night.